So I think that is important. With everything going on today, we need to have the self-care. But once you know what it is, then it's easier to know how to go about it, why to go about it. And we're going to share that in this moment, from, this perspective in which we come, and basically spiritual perspective, because you want to remain grounded and in a healed spot, regardless to what goes on, and self-care will help with that. So to identify or to give the definition of what it is also one of the phrases that's been tossed around a lot, right? Self-care. But what is it at its core, right? So this is it. So have a little notary from here. So self-care means intentionally taking actions, big or small, that support your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. So people have found that in that definition to be selfish, but it's not, because we still have people talk about that you have to, fill your cup in order to serve anybody. You have to continue and ongoing fill your cup, in those areas, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So when we look at what's going on in the world, this whole thing that we talked about a little bit about being in the phone and even kids and being in social media, there's only so much you can take. And even self-care means limiting. I'm just going to tap that in there, limiting how you have that access to, because it can be too much, too much. And then, and then in some of this, we have to do our research, as we have all this plethora of information coming at us. And now we're at a point where it's not so much about information, it's about how do we go about treating ourselves in a way that we can still remain joy-filled, happy, and walk in this world without, and then we have to choose not to bombard our brains with so much stuff too, which is another self-care aspect. So let's look at what is self-care. And there's four dynamics. So teaching moments here, okay?